Hi guys, this is James from Mission. We're back here in the Mission Lab today talking about a prototype of a new product that we're working on that we're calling the Mission TT Pro. And here it is, and it has a bunch of features that people have been asking for some time, and we've tried to integrate those all into this one little box. So on the top of the box here we have two switches. These are like the tap tempo switches that we use in the Mission TTs. But we've got two of them in the box. They're slightly different. This one is a soft touch switch that we'll use primarily, we would expect, for tap tempo. And this one is another momentary switch that has a click action that can be used for switching functions on different devices. On the side here we also have a little knob which is actually behaving as an expression pedal. So any device that supports an expression pedal you can connect this to, and it can also be used as an input to the Mission Expressionator so that you can expand this out for some fairly extensive control, and we're going to do some demos of that here in a minute. On the back is all the connectivity. It's a passive device, so there's no power required, which is nice. We have a switch here which is a polarity switch which is connected to one of the tap tempos. Some of the devices require a normally open switch, but there are a few out there, particularly some loopers, that require a normally closed switch, and this allows you to switch between normally open and normally closed. It's a feature that we have on the one switch TT, so we're moving that over to Pro. The four connectors here are kind of interesting because we've found a way to be able to reduce the cables that are used in some of the configurations. These two connectors here are the two mono outputs from two switches on the front here. So I could connect this to one device and then this to another device. However, there are some pieces of equipment out there, in particular the Fractal Audio MFC 101, that integrates two switches onto a single cable. Normally you would have to use an insert cable, so you would plug one in here, and then that will go down into a stereo side and you plug that into the switch. We've actually put those together on this one stereo connection, so that reduces the complexity of the cabling. You can just plug a TRS cable in here, plug the other end into the MFC 101, and then you can drive both switches from that one cable, which is kind of nice. And then this last connector here is the TRS output for the expression knob. Alright, so we've connected here the TT Pro up to a couple of devices so that we can do a quick demo of how it is that it works. So as a simple tap tempo, I've connected one of these tap tempo switches, so this is this one here, to the Strymon timeline over here, and I'm just going to hit the tap tempo button here, and we're going to look on the tap light on the Strymon, and we can see that we're driving a remote tap tempo there on the timeline. So tap some fast tempo in there, and we can see the tap LED on the timeline blinking quick. So now I'm going to tap in a little slower time, and again we can see the tap tempo light responding. So this is pretty useful if you want to put your timeline in a rack somewhere and you just need a remote tap tempo, and we'll put in fast time. And the switch is a soft touch, so it's fairly quiet. This switch right now I don't have connected to anything, but you would connect this to another tap tempo or to a switching function. Again, this will be pretty handy to use with the Fractal Audio MFC 101, because we can take one cable into the MFC and then we'll have two switches. The MFC actually supports two stereo inputs, so you could use two of the TT Pros here with two TRS cables, and then you'll have four switches total that will be able to control the switching functions on the MFC. The next output that we have here is this one here, which is connected to the expression pedal knob that's over here. Now, normally you would connect this output to an expression pedal input on your MIDI controller or on some device that takes an expression pedal. And if you don't want to actually use a pedal and just want to use a knob to do a little adjustment, you can do that here. And there's just one knob here on the TT Pro. Now if you want to expand that and you want to be able to have this one knob control multiple expressions, we can do that by using another Mission product, which is the Mission Expressionator. And that's how we have it set up here. So again, I have this controlling my tap tempo on my timeline, and then I have the expression out going into my Expressionator over here. And then the Expressionator has 2 of its 3 outputs. Again, you got a total of 3 here on the Expressionator. I just have 2 connected for this demo, pretty much because I ran out of bench space. So the first one is on the green channel, I think, and that is connected to my Eventide time factor expression pedal input over here. So when I move the knob, we'll be able to see, there we go, the values change on the time factor. So I can set my delay to exactly where I want. Let's say I want to set it to about 50% there. I'll change my knob to around 50%. There we go. And so this is controlling the expression pedal input on the time factor here. Now because I'm going through the Expressionator, I can also have this control other things at the same time. So I've set this to 50, and now the Expressionator will leave that set at 50, and now I'm going to switch channels. And now my knob here is connected via the Expressionator to this line 6 M13 over here. Now when I move the knob now, we'll see that the value here on this Chrome wah pedal emulation here, as I turn the knob, the values go up and down on the M13. And all the time, the value on the Eventide time factor over here is staying the same. Now if I wanted to do something funky, like I wanted to control them both at the same time, I can bring in these 2 channels together here on the Expressionator. And now I'll turn this knob here, and now you'll see that the values on both of these devices are going up and down at the same time. So I can use this one knob with the Expressionator to control up to 3 separate devices. So I've got 2 switches, or 2 tap tempos, or a tap tempo and a switch, and either 1 expression pedal out or 3 expression pedal outs if I use it in conjunction with the Expressionator. Alright, so that's a quick lab demo of the prototype of the Mission TT Pro. Again, it has 2 tap tempo or momentary switches. You've got both mono and stereo outs for those switches. You've got a polarity reversal capability, and also an XPB style expression pedal knob, and this can provide you 2 switches and 1 expression pedal when used by itself, or 2 switches and 3 expression pedals when used in conjunction with the Mission Expressionator. We're working on this now, and it should be ready to ship in probably about 3 to 4 weeks. Thanks for looking, and we'll talk to you soon.